Hello, I'm Bridget Lafauci and I work for Keighley Healthy Living. One of the things I do there is teach cooking. Now normally we do offer a variety of courses, helping people feel more confident with their cooking, helping people to eat well for less, and we also have a programme of young chefs where we help children learn to cook. Now in the current situation we find ourselves, many of us at home, what I'd like to share with you today is a recipe of how to make fresh pesto. Now at Keighley Healthy Living we have produced a newsletter that comes out every couple of weeks. So in the edition that is coming out today, the 17th of April, in there is a recipe that explains how to make linguine pasta with green beans, potatoes and pesto. So in the recipe you do have the option of using a jar of pesto or the opportunity of making fresh pesto. So this is how you can make fresh pesto. The key ingredient of pesto is basil leaves. So what I've actually done here is used a small basil plant and I've just picked off all the leaves and washed them and put them in a jar. So there is about 50 grams of basil leaves there. Now the next ingredient is garlic. So I've cut up 3 small cloves of garlic. Now with garlic, it's entirely up to you how much you put in. Garlic is a great natural antibiotic. It helps fight infection in our bodies. So in the current environment that we're living in, it is a great ingredient to include regularly into your diet. So, but if you don't particularly like the taste, you can put in slightly less. It's entirely up to you. The next ingredient that traditionally goes into fresh pesto is pine nuts. Now pine nuts are small little white nuts. Unfortunately, when I went to my cupboard this morning, then I realised I was out of pine nuts. So what I'm going to do is to substitute pine nuts and I'm going to use some ground almonds. Now, if there are any nut allergies in your family or you have them yourself, then you just eliminate including nuts into this recipe. I'm going to try using ground almonds, which I have done in the past, and the taste is very nice. The next ingredient is grated Parmesan cheese and a pinch of salt and some extra virgin olive oil. So traditionally pesto has been made in a pestle and mortar. So the leaves, the garlic, the pine nuts are ground down by hand. Today I'm actually going to use a food processor, or a hand blender actually, not a food processor. It's a small hand blender, just to speed up the process. If you want to use a pestle and mortar, go for it at home and give it a go. Kids will love using a pestle and mortar. So I'm just going to put in the basil leaves, the garlic, and the oil, and the ground almonds. Put the salt in as well now. And I am going to blend this all together. Okay. Now I'm just going to pour this out into a dish so you can actually see the consistency of it. So you can see that it pours easily and that's a beautiful rich green colour with all the ingredients included there. Now, if you do want to make more pesto at one time, it saves very well in your fridge. If you put it in an old jam jar, you can make more pesto and it will stay for a good week, as long as you can top it up with oil. If you are going to keep it in a jar, just make sure you just add a little bit of extra oil on top, and that'll just help preserve your ingredients. So with the linguine pasta recipe, then the pasta is cooked with the green beans and the potatoes, and at the end the fresh pesto is mixed in, followed with the grated parmesan then on top of the dish, and all mixed in. It does taste wonderful, so do give it a go. Now, there are different varieties of pesto. One of the dishes that can be made as a pesto is red peppers. So you can, rather than including basil leaves, you can use red peppers. Another way of making pesto is with walnuts and wild garlic, which is totally delicious. Anyway, give it a go. You can see how easy it is to make a lovely dish of fresh pesto. Good luck. See you next time.